Available now. Link below.
In a shocking turn of events, a Georgia judge has dealt a devastating blow to former President Donald Trump's attempt to have his election case thrown out on First Amendment grounds. The ruling by Judge Scott McAfee is a resounding rejection of Trump's claim that the prosecution violated his rights to free speech, association, and petition. This setback for the embattled former president comes as he faces an uphill battle in his bid for 2024, with all the mounting legal challenges threatening to derail his political ambitions. Now, the judge's decision has sent shockwaves throughout the political landscape, raising serious questions about the viability of Trump's defense strategy and the future of his campaign. In this special report, we'll peel back the layers of this complex case and explore what this really means for Trump, his supporters, and the nation as a whole. You don't want to miss my final thought on this explosive development, so stay tuned. Now, folks, before we dive into the shocking ruling, let me remind you about the importance of protecting your hard-earned money. Just like how Donald Trump is fighting against what he believes to be an unjust prosecution, you too can fight against the greedy utility companies that are draining your bank account with skyrocketing energy bills. Thousands of patriots are already using this incredible energy-saving device to slash their power bills and stick it to the power companies. It's like having your own personal legal defense against their relentless attacks on your wallet. And you can join the revolution and experience the amazing cost savings for yourself, an exclusive 65% off by visiting don'twastepower.com. That's don'twastepower.com. Now, in a development that has sent shockwaves through the political world, a Georgia judge has dealt a major blow to President Donald Trump's efforts to have his election case dismissed on First Amendment grounds. Judge Scott McAfee's ruling is a clear rejection of Trump's argument that the prosecution, led by Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, violates his rights to free speech, association, and petition. Now, the decision comes as a bitter disappointment to Trump and his legal team, who had hoped to see the charges against him thrown out. Trump's lawyers had argued that the prosecution was nothing more than a politically motivated attack on the former president's right to express his beliefs about the 2020 election. However, Judge McAfee was not persuaded by this line of reasoning. Take a look.
The judge in the Trump Georgia election case has denied the former president's motion to dismiss the case on First Amendment grounds. Steve Harrigan has the breaking details for us right now from Atlanta. So, Steve, what was Judge McAfee's reasoning for this decision?
Sandra, attorneys for President Trump said basically Trump's questioning of potential voter fraud in Georgia was legitimate political speech and should be protected by the First Amendment. Judge McAfee just a short time ago saying, even if it is political speech, it is not protected speech by the First Amendment if it furthers criminal activity. This case of election interference in Georgia has been sidelined for the past 2 months as defense attorneys tried to get rid of the DA, Fani Willis, for having a romantic relationship with the prosecutor she hired, Nathan Wade. Right now, Wade is out, but Willis has hung on to her job, and a minor setback today for the president's team, rejecting that effort to dismiss the claims.
Even the mainstream media is celebrating this ruling as a victory for the rule of law, but let's be clear, this is nothing more than a continuation of the relentless persecution of President Trump by those who can't accept the fact that he remains a powerful force in American politics. The judge's ruling emphasizes that the First Amendment does not protect alleged fraudulent or criminal conduct. In other words, if the prosecution can prove that Trump and his associates engage in legal activities in their efforts to challenge the election results, then they cannot hide behind the First Amendment as a shield. Now, this is a dangerous precedent that should concern every American who values free speech and the right to petition their government. If a former president can be targeted in this way, then what chance do ordinary citizens have standing up to the powers that be? Moreover, the timing of the ruling is highly suspicious, coming just as Trump is gearing up for another run at the White House in 2024. It's almost as if his opponents are determined to use every tool in their disposal to prevent him from returning to power. But Trump is not one to back down from a fight. The statement released after the ruling, his legal team vowed to continue evaluating their options and to keep fighting against what they see as a politically motivated prosecution. Now, it's worth noting that Judge McAfee did leave open the possibility of defendants raising similar challenges later in the case after a factual record had been established. Now, this suggests that the battle over the First Amendment implications of this case are far from over. So as we move forward, it's crucial we keep an close eye on the developments in this case. The outcome could have far-reaching implications not just for President Trump, but for the future of free speech and political dissent in America. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. It's time for my final thought. My fellow Americans and patriots, we find ourselves at a crossroads in American history. The ruling against President Trump in the Georgia election case is not just an attack on one man, but the very principles that have made this country great. When a former president can be targeted for prosecution simply for exercising his First Amendment rights, then none of us are truly free. We must stand united against this blatant political persecution and fight for the values that have always defined us as Americans. The road ahead will not be easy, but we can't afford to lose heart as we look to the future. And the prospect of Trump 2024, let us remember, the battle for our republic is far from over. With courage and conviction, we will prevail. May God bless America.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.